we're talking about December 1983, so within about a month's time, and you're obviously in the WF territory at the time still, we've got Hulk Hogan, Mean Gene Okerlund coming through, Dr. D, Paul Orndorff, I think, was around that time, and then in a few months' time, just everybody's coming in. I suppose it's a bit of a big question, really, but as someone who's like an incumbent, like established in the WWF for quite a few years at that time, what were your opinions of so many top-tier talent coming into the WWF territory in one big go? I mean, I don't suppose you were ever like insecure enough that you were thinking, crikey, this is going to be tough to sort of like compete with all this competition, or were you welcoming more people in and at the top and thinking WWF was going to, rise above all the other territories?
There was a lot of pie to go around. There was money for everybody, and it got to that point where they're running 3 major towns a night, all over all over North America. So there wasn't it wasn't a fear of too many guys coming in. It was it was having enough bodies to fill all the spots. Apart from aside from all that, the great amount of talent, I don't know if it made an impression, because there were so many, it was so many hours of TV that you had to fill, and so many spots, and it started. It all started over Columbus, Ohio, when they both had their. Vince Senior had his TV. Vince Senior was still in charge, and WTBS had their TV going on in from Atlanta. So Atlanta started running Columbus, Ohio, where the McMahons used that as a reason for coming too close to Pittsburgh, and being too close to the Pittsburgh area, where they had to go, and they had to step into, because that was the big fight, the big split between Senior and Bruno to begin with. Bruno wanted Pittsburgh and all those towns around Pittsburgh and Altoona, all those western Pennsylvania area up into Erie and that whole area. Bruno wanted those towns, and Vince Senior wouldn't give them up. So that led to their first, or one of their first. I don't know, obviously money was, but that's what Bruno wanted. Bruno wanted Pittsburgh for his, and it was the territory days. So Bruno wanted Pittsburgh. I think he had a TV at the time. That's where George Steele started. And a lot of guys got their Bill Eadie, the Mongol. And so Bruno had his own TV. Bruno was idolized. So he had no problem getting backers from, I don't know whether it was gangsters or people with a lot of money. But, Bruno was a legendary, he still is, legendary character in the East, on the East, New York, Boston, Pittsburgh, Bruno. So Bruno not having, that was the original. So